everyone. So we did not have our Friday night live stream. I know. Sorry about that. I did release a video yesterday. Well, last night, kind of, whenever. So today is basic questions, answers, the whole hangout drill thing, guys. I do have the laptop out, so if you see me looking down, it's because I'm trying to read for chat. Lisa K, hello, good to see you. I got to check my audio right fast, make sure everything is working correctly. So, yes, it is. All right, the Peacock Parlor, how's it going? So yeah, guys, questions, hit me up, and we'll try to answer as many as we can. I will address a couple comments that are question is easier for me to just do a live stream on. Lovely 144, good to see you. And Gene W, how you doing? The voting for the I don't even pay that any attention anymore. All that stuff is staged and showed, and I don't even deal with the politics anymore. They're gonna do whatever they want to. That's it. It's all for show. We are entering a ice age. Free Press 666. Looking forward to catching up on chapter 2 and 3 today. Yes, Lisa K, we just released chapter 3 like an hour ago, I think it was. Just not too long ago, and that's over there on our members only right now. That audiobook, guys, again, is the one that I wrote, the book American Retaliation. And I release a chapter at a time. I release it to the members only first, and then we release it over here to everyone else. Let's see here. Joshua Prepper, how's it going? Rockin' Robin, C.F.P, good to see you. All right. Somebody doesn't have power. There's a lot of people that don't have power. Now, I will answer this right fast. Free Press 666, we're entering an ice age with a question mark. I'm no scientist. I know that Earth has had ice ages. I know that Earth has had many multiple pole flips. So I'm no scientist on that. I mean, I can just give you my opinion of stuff I've read. I don't have answers on that. I believe we're gonna have a climate shift, and it has nothing to do with cow farts or carbon footprint. The Earth does it all the time. The Earth replenishes and recleans itself all the time. Just turns out man's a really dirty animal, but Earth has a way of cleaning things up. Politics are dog and pony show always. You think they would get you a? Yeah, I didn't get mine. That's quite all right. All right, so let me get in here. I'm trying to keep up and also. All right, for question. No power in Virginia. Time to test our prep. Silver Bucket, how are you doing? Well, obviously not good because your power's out. Very awesome that you had been preparing, though. Guys, prepping is not just for complete SHTF. Power failures happen all the time. Here in Florida, we get hurricanes all the time. We go without power for a very long time. My family that was here in Panama City, they were without power for months. All right. Generators, solar, whatever it is that you have to put back to generate power, you need to be working on that. Things happen all the time. And down here in Panama City, my brother and dad were in Southport at the time. They were stuck there. All the roads, you couldn't even get out. So you were stuck with no power. Telephone poles, pine trees, everything in the roads. No way out. So, and also when they had all the power lines and stuff down too. Watch out for power lines. There could be power to it. Even in a power outage, there still could be power to that power line. All right, scrolling through here. Joshua Prepper just finished chapter 3. Awesome, buddy. I definitely do appreciate that. When we actually get done with all the chapters on American Retaliation, guys, man, I hate that is a bad glare. when we get done with all the chapters, we are going to put them all together, just one big audiobook. And I am working on visual aid throughout the entire audiobook. So that's a big project because I'm having to use a lot of green screen and cutouts. Just a computer program editing nightmare, but it's turning out pretty good. So it just takes a very long time. Let's see here. Scrolling through here. I did see a question. Pre-press. We haven't received the first one. We did receive our first one. We never received our second one. Free press. I did think that you put a question in here about top SHTF scenarios, maybe something like that. Okay, you've actually put a couple of them here. Monetary collapse. The largest SHTF threats are. Oh, that's freedom for all. My largest SHTF threat that I see, grid down. Grid down. Especially with the new administration and removing safeguards that have been put in place that supposedly been working on. Definitely grid down. Without power, America is not America anymore. Oh, how dare you? We still have the American spirit. Dude, we fight over everything. We can't even agree on where to go buy preps. Yeah. Even the prepper community has turned into a bunch of Nancy Pantsy, snowflake infested tards. How dare you use Amazon? They are destroying small companies. No, legislation is what destroyed small companies. I can take $10 and go buy something at Walmart or Amazon. I got it prepped now. It didn't break the bank. How dare you, C.F.P? You support these companies that are destroying. You're just supporting China. I'm trying to get prepared as soon as possible. If it means I send $10 towards China to go buy something, hey, guess what? I've got a vacuum sealer. Do you? No, I'm waiting for the such and such. Man, kiss my ass. All right. I'm, oh, by the way, if you can't comment, it's because I removed you from the channel. Mainly because of those comments right there. I'm just sick of it. It's complete asinine. Do what you have to. Get food prepped. Get your supplies ready. If that means you got to go to Walmart, go to Walmart. I hear it all the time. I don't have money to prep. Hey, neither do I. I have to save. I have to scrounge. I work odd jobs. I still get money to go prep. And my dollar goes a lot further at Walmart. Now I'm saying go to Audis. I don't have an Audis here. The Audis we had in Apopka when I lived in Central Florida was not cheaper. That one there was actually more expensive. Save a Lot was cheaper for me to go buy than anywhere. But even at that, I had to look at certain things. Certain things were still cheaper at Walmart. Going to the Dollar Tree, certain items were cheaper at the Dollar Tree, but they weren't as cheap as going to Walmart. Now I did a video, the time lapse video, kind of push people. Here's what a week prep does, $5, and showed it add up. I did see a comment about the Dollar Tree has the same or almost the same for $1 a can. Well, I just rounded the price down or price up. I'm paying like 68 cents a can for most of those vegetables compared to the Dollar Tree, $1 a can. See, so shop around. There's not one fit. There is one fit answer. Shop around. Does it mean that you might have to go to multiple stores? Yeah. I have to do that on a weekly basis anyway when I buy groceries. I'm not Rockefeller. I can't go into Costco, Sam's Club, Publix, and drop $180, $200 for grocery and walk out with 3 bags of food. No, I'm going to go to Walmart or I'm going to shop around, and it might take me 3 different trips to 3 different locations, but then I got a trunk load of groceries for the same price. Anyway, now we got that rant done. If you don't pay taxes, you get no money. Free press. Well, I don't know. I pay taxes, so sorry about that glare, guys. Anytime I lift up my cup, it reflects or something. See, there it goes again. I got the camera too close, but I want to make sure the mic picked up. Rusty, hey C.F.P, how is the Wyoming plan coming along? Best wishes from Norway. Well, hello, Norway. Rusty, good to see you. They are still in plan. Now, we are staying in position. We are staying here in Panama City, well, outside. And I am working the same job I did last summer, amusement park operator. It's easy on me. My shoulder does not go out on me. Um, so my days of hanging still is done. I can still weld, but I'm gonna have to find me a shop to go work in. And unfortunately, there's none around here. So we're gonna stay here this summer. This fall, we are moving. We are probably heading to Arizona. I used to work out at the copper mines, and I used to do repair on all the heavy machinery out there. I can still do that type of work. So I'm in negotiations with them on wage and stuff like that. We're heading back to Arizona this fall, and we're going to winter out there because our travel trailer, our 6x12 cargo, is not made for sub-zero degree weather in Wyoming. That is just something that we will be living in while we build. And springtime, Wyoming springtime, is when we're going to be heading up to Wyoming. We just have to plan everything out right with the new price of lumber that has come around. I'm paying 3 times as much for a 2x4. Yeah, we're having to readjust a lot of things. I had to go down and redraft our original prints for the first part of the house just to cut costs. It's just, no, I'm not taking studs out of the wall or anything like that. It's just some things we had to say, okay, we're not going to put a window there. It's just going to have to be a solid wall. I will frame it as if the window's there, and that way I have easy access to remove the paneling. $8 a stud. Yeah, I was when I drew everything out, it was $2.04 a stud. So yeah, that's almost four times as much. Uh, so yeah, we just had to make some cuts. It's just everybody has to make cuts. We all will. We all will have to make more cuts in the future. But we're not letting it stop us. That's why we're going to go ahead and work right here for springtime because it's a guaranteed check. That money's going back. I keep on working on the YouTube channel. We make an income here. I never lied about that. I've been showing y'all how much we make. We have our affiliate links, stuff like that. We make money. That goes towards our build. We're not whining and dining out. That goes towards our build in Wyoming. We live in a trailer. We made a decision to cut costs. Do I recommend everyone do it? No. It's rough. It is. Personally, I'd rather just take a 10 out. But we've done that before too. See here. Lordy D, good to see you. Lori D. All right. Scrolling through here, guys, trying to find questions. I bought more lentils and split peas today and put in Mylar bags. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the taste of split pea. I don't like peas. But we still prep it because my wife likes it. And it's not really the taste, it's the texture thing with me. Since most of my taste buds are gone, I rely on texture when I'm eating. It sucks. So that mush just doesn't, I find it very appealing. But, when I'm hungry, I'll scarf anything down. It doesn't matter. All right. 12 cans of vegetables at Walmart cost $6.50 a can. Gene W. Yeah, it just depends on what brand. It depends on what state you're in. And there's my brother making weird faces at me. Hey man, I'm live. You want to say hello with your messed up hair? Nah, I'm gonna give you a shower. Okay, bye bye. Yeah. He actually said that he wanted to do another live stream with us, and he said he needed for me to schedule with him. He's retired. But anyway, back to the cans. Yeah, it depends on where you're buying them at too. Each state has a different price. So yeah, Walmart, I get a good deal on it. Survival living will say when you start building Wyoming. That moved by. What happened? Oh, I got to find that comment again. Sorry about that. Jefferson Martial Arts. I'll still say when you start building Wyoming, let me know. I'd love to help come. Definitely appreciate that, Jefferson. And like I said, did you send me your email yet? Email me there at Central Florida Prepper at hotmail.com. Yeah, I'm not going to turn down a little bit extra, uh, some extra work. The way I've got everything designed, guys, I can build it by myself without having to swing trusses and all that stuff. Is it harder with one person? Yeah. I wouldn't mind having an extra set of hands there when I set the wind turbines up. I'm not one to put stock in my dreams because I have some really weird dreams. But I recently had one where I fell off the wind turbine trying to get it erected. And I was in Wyoming. And I told my wife about it, and she said, "What's your problem with trying to fly?" I don't know. But yeah, those dreams there always have me worried. All right. Scrolling through. Dangerous Freedom, how's it going, brother? Good to see you. All right, Lisa K, is there anything we the people can do to help the diabetic people? Since B took away the cost ceiling, cost of insulin went up $500 per box. Some people need 2 to 5 boxes a month. Lisa K, now my father is insulin diabetic. He's dependent on it. We had already pre-done up to a year, and it is it's an off brand. They have the insulin that he can actually use on the shelf, and we refrigerate, but we won't have a year's supply of stock. After that, you're taking a chance on if it's going to work or not. As far as is there anything we the people can do, start start petitioning your local government on it, your local officials. Make a big stink about it. But the fact is, I don't want to say we can't do nothing about it. I mean, I do know that small time local can do things about. Unfortunately, if they need insulin, they have to have insulin. Insurance does help my dad. He does have his insurance from the military, but it doesn't cover everything on his. It only covers a certain percent. So I really don't know what else to do except for start petitioning your local governments about the issue. I do know if someone in your family is dependent on it, work at home first. Worry about your family members first. I know it's easy. I know it's a horrible thing, and you want to prepare for everybody. Um, it takes finances with medical. Focus on them first, and then if you're able to help somebody else out later, no, do that. But work on your family first. Dangerous Freedom, cool. I'm in AZ. I know that. Actually, I talked to Dangerous Freedom quite a bit. C.F.P, what are the best items for barter? Kind of my opinion. You need to go buy my gold and silver at such and such link below. No. Gold and silver, it would be a bartering item when commerce rebuilds. It's not going to be a bartering item at first. All right, so seeds for sure. Um, salt. Salt is definitely going to be a big time barter item. Liquor, alcohol, not beer. Beer doesn't last as long. Liquor will last a very long time. Good bartering item. Food items. Food items covering everything. I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as it's a food item. Definitely a good bartering thing. Now we've done some videos in the past about bartering items. I think we went to Walmart and went through like the camping section and fishing section, tools like that, traps, snares, camping equipment, health, medicine, and hygiene. Hygiene definitely. Medicine's a little tricky because medicine does have expiration date. They, I have to say that, guys. All right. If I don't say that, then I get in trouble. I can't tell you that Tylenol lasts much longer than what it says it expires. I can't tell you that. All right. Make sure Make sure you prepare food, medicine. Yeah, I think it'd be good for barter, but I have to say, they have expiration dates. I have to say that. Monthly bills here is $1,286 a month. Oh, we have our cell phone, car insurance. I mean, truck insurance. We pay for where we're parking at, cell phones, internet, editors, all that crap for the YouTube channel. Yeah, I mean, we have bills. We cut back on a lot of stuff though. But we've always done that. We've always tried cutting back on stuff so we can get more, gets more. I had a brain fart, so we get more supplies. Gene W. Surprise, military insurance does not cover the insulin. No, it only covers a certain percent. It does not cover all his insulin needs. My dad's insurance is $570 a month. Yeah. Um, Now with the new administration, we will see the rebirth and the repush on the CARE Act, Obama CARE Act. Now, this will help out people that are severely in need of insurance. This does not do the rest of us any good. This making everyone else have to pay for this and that, and if we don't, we get fined. I got fined every year for not having insurance underneath that crap, and it just got worse and worse. I hear people, well, you should support it because it's helping save lives. Man, I work hard for my income. I do. Oh, C.F.P, you're a YouTuber, you get free money. You have no freaking idea how much work goes into a channel. A lot of hours. And plus, I work a part time gig. All right, I work at a gas station. It sucks, but it's a job. It's extra income. I can take that money and help provide for my family. I do odds and end jobs. So having to be fined for not having insurance because they say I have to have it, and my tax dollar goes to pay for someone else's insurance that sign up for because one, you know what? I'm not gonna step around this. It's not my responsibility to go take care of somebody else that's not my family. There. C.F.P said it. I'm not gonna tiptoe around it. It's so freaking frustrating. I am not gonna sit there and do that. Now, every year when I file taxes, does it happen? Yeah, I get fined. But I'm not gonna sit. You know what? When I was working at Gencor, we had our own insurance. I had to pay a certain amount. It wasn't free. But for me to have insurance through that CARE Act crap, it was like $180 a week for just me. Almost $800 a month. Are you kidding me? I don't go to the hospital. The only time I go to the hospital is when I get hurt at work, and that's covered underneath workman's comp. I don't go to the hospital. Oh, I had that scare with my pleurisy that time. But even that, I didn't want to go to the hospital, but I had to. See here, scrolling through here. Reading glasses, mini sewing kits, toothache drops, or gel. Sweet savory words. Yes, those are definitely good bartering items. Also, water filters, the $20 water filters. Life Straw. We have those for bartering. We keep our soda and minis for ourselves. But yeah, a way to filter out water is definitely a good bartering item. Cherokee Survival. Good to see you, bud. Tennessee Tactical. How's it going? Tennessee Tactical, are fish antibiotics good in use in SHTF? Yes, they are. They're antibiotics. They're cheaper. Um, Now, with antibiotics, again, I am not a medical professional and all that other stuff, and don't listen to me. Do your own research. Not all antibiotics is universal on treat everything. Remember that. Some antibiotics don't work for certain things. So is it a step in the right direction? Yes. Is it a cure-all? No, no. That's why they have different types of antibiotics, because it depends on what you're facing, what you're fighting in your body. But having that on hand, I recommend it. We have it. Bought reading glasses from the Dollar Tree for Barter too. Gene W. Yeah, Dollar Tree's got some good prices on those. Buy cans of oil to change in car and filters. Yeah, we always keep oil and filters for our vehicle. I wish I could say I keep all the extra parts I need, but as a mechanic, I'm telling you right now, you can't. Not unless you got a lot of money and a lot of room to store stuff. Um, you can get some of the major items that you need for your basic maintenance, but when it starts coming into part breakdown, you have to wait till it happens. I mean, it costs a lot if you're going to get extra parts for your vehicle. But your basic maintenance parts, spark plugs, spark wires, distributor caps, rotor buttons, you know, yeah. Enjoy the first two chapters of your book. Definitely appreciate it. And by the way, guys, BZA, RZA, GZA. He's got a great channel. He's been doing a kind of like what I'm doing, audiobook cover. He's got his own storyline and stuff there on his channel. Definitely, let's see if I can actually. I don't know if one of our mods can get his link up there for everybody. Definitely go over and check out his channel and check out some of the work he's been doing over there. If I vacuum seal money, can I dig them? Oh, can you bury them? Yeah, you're taking the oxygen out. I would throw in a oxygen absorber. I don't know why you'd be vacuum sealing money and burying them though, unless you're just trying to keep it safe. Um, yeah, throw an oxygen absorber, especially if you're using paper money. You throw in an oxygen absorber when you vacuum seal it. People think popular channels are getting rich. Tactical One. Popular channels are getting decently paid, but it's YouTube. It's a business. They put a lot of work into it. Um, I did it. I have another channel, Survival Films, and where I teach people how to YouTube, because we've got a lot of members here that have started a YouTube channel and they don't know where to start. They don't know nothing about thumbnails. So I started that channel and I did a breakdown of a year on YouTube, the income off that, and I did a breakdown of subscribers and views and stuff like that. Yeah, if you're drawing in 20,000 views per video, you're making bank. That's no lie about it. Your super chats, YouTube makes 30% off the top. They take 30% of whatever comes in by super chats. The rest goes to the YouTuber. So yeah, YouTube is a good business. All right. Now, just shift through. I mean, like we do on YouTube here on this channel, we try to teach what to do and what not to do instead of just blah blah blah, start prepping and not show you a damn thing. That's I don't get why people go to those channels. I've actually seen, I've clicked on it and go, what is this guy talking about? And I'm like, oh, screw that, and I just turn it off. But I'll see 3,000 people on the live stream going, oh man, you have got great information. I'm like, did I miss something? Okay. But hey, I guess people enjoy the content of feeling a part of a live stream. I don't know. And it's up to them. That's their survival, not mine. I'll work on my survival here and try to teach as many people as I can. If they want to waste their time watching some idiot, hey, whatever. Not anyone's responsibility to take care of anyone they do not choose to take care of. Saw my insurance rates go up a lot. All right, scrolling through here. Dems are extortionists, period. Face the sky. I agree with you. Um, all right. Cherokee Survival, how's your day, brother? My sucks. It's raining in North Carolina. It's raining here. The yard is flooded again. We're in a flood zone area where we're at on my family's property here. Don't worry, the trailer's safe and dry, but like where I like to go out in the back and do all my filming and stuff like that when I'm doing outdoor films, we over ankle deep of water just sitting on the ground. It's been raining for the last couple of days, and we got a couple more days in the forecast. It sucks. It's nasty. Buy liquid, well, JB, almost the moldable one too. JB Weld is good idea to have on hand and stuff. It works good for a lot of different things. YouTube bandits. Moose Fox, good to see you. Do I need oxygen absorbers with my dehydrated rice and beans, or is it just sealing Mylar bags good enough? Okay, so if you are just putting it in Mylar bags and it's not being vacuum sealed, yes, you want to put some oxygen absorbers in that. Now, oxygen absorbers just remove the oxygen. It just extends the life of the rice and beans. But it's it's rice and beans, dry food. It lasts for a very long time. We vacuum seal ours, so we try to take as much oxygen out. Now, we use oxygen absorbers in ours, but really not required because we're taking the oxygen out. Now, throwing an O2 sensor in there does add a little bit more extra protection. But I've pulled rice out after 7 years, opened it up, and it's been fine without an oxygen absorber because we vacuum sealed. Now, I've seen a lot of debate, well, you're using plastic food saver bags. They don't last as long as Mylar, blah, blah, blah. I'm using what we've always used my life as living out in the country, living out in the mountains of North Carolina. We vacuum sealed our food, and it's lasted for a very long time. And notice I've done it. So, bite me. Some of the comments I read, guys, I'm like, obviously didn't watch the video. I love those. They get on here and start typing away, and I'm like, well, if you watched the video, I clearly answered that. You didn't cover water. You know how many times we have covered water storage and water purification on this YouTube channel? Many. But I'll do a weekly prep showing canned goods and stuff like that, trying to get people to go to the store and buy food. You forgot to tell people to get water. Yeah. On our Discord, I released a screenshot of somebody. They were cussing me out, said I wasted 12 minutes of their life. You guys remember one of our recent videos? I had the spoof. I put down secret society intel. They said they wasted 12 minutes of their life because it was a spoof. I don't know how within the first few minutes of the video you didn't realize it was a complete spoof. And quite frankly, if you were watching that hopefully to find some type of top secret intel from a secret society on a YouTube channel, you deserve to lose 12 minutes of your life. I mean, I know, I'm not going to say I'm sorry about it. Really? Wake up. I'm telling you, the internet's full of snowflakes. It's bad that there's so many of them in the prepping community. It really is. I used to think that preppers would outlast a lot of other people because they're smart. They think things through. They plan ahead. Not many of them will. I mean, I would read some of the comments they put. I'm like, huh? Now, it's one thing to ask a question because you don't know something. That's how you learn. But when you get, there you go, Lordy D, they get tunnel vision. There it is. That's the best way to put it. Thank you. They get tunnel vision. Let's see here. If I'm keeping coins, is it 65 or older? 1965. Tennessee Tactical. I'd have to look that up. I don't buy junk silver just because I don't have the room for it. It's, actually, I don't buy any silver right now. Where the prices are, we're just holding on ours. And all that was just so we can transfer some wealth later on. I don't know what the year is on the junk silver. I'd have to Google it. I mean, it'll definitely tell you. Basic guys, filters for waters won't be available. Yeah, and that's why I said like the life straws make good bartering items. They're cheap. I would be using that for bartering. I will not barter off my Sawyer minis. Modern Refuge, good to see you. Why don't you slip in? I just saw somebody else say something. Anything medical is priceless in the right situation. Yeah, definitely agree. All right, scrolling through. Oxygen absorbers will kill the bugs. Depends. Oxygen absorbers will not kill weevils if you did not freeze your rice. I did a video, went back on a Popka. One of our members had, one of our group members, they had vacuum sealed, they used our vacuum sealed up a bunch of rice. They did not freeze their rice at all. And they just vacuum sealed it up, and he had a lot of weevils. And he had O2 sensors, O2 absorbers in there. So, it just, they will hatch. We always freeze ours. Bite me. Yeah, yeah. All right, scrolling through here. Food grade snap-on lids leak over time. Best to seal with caulking. I'm not quite sure. Are you talking about our survival buckets? We snap ours down and then we seal it up with duct tape before we put them in the ground. And those buckets they get wrapped with trash bags. I mean, I've shown those videos and I've shown where we pulled them out. You know, that one was 4 months old, perfectly fine. Um, we've been talking about using hot glue, and we have some buckets in the ground right now. After the summer, we're going to pull those and see how well they last. I can't give opinions on that yet because we haven't tested it out yet. I mean, we got them in the ground right now, but we want to give it some time to see how well it worked. Tennessee Tactical, he is doing much better. What about getting the beer? Beer does not last very long as far as trying to store up. I wouldn't waste your time as far as beer as now. If you know how to make your own beer, that's a bartering item. There's always going to be a bar. There's always going to be a brothel. There is. Throughout the history of mankind, there's always been, ever since the creation of alcohol, there's always been places like that. So, I don't know. Maybe you can get your militia group and y'all can own a bar together. That coffee was cold. Ugh. I don't like cold coffee. It's just nasty. But that's why I got this. Yes, I'm joking. Don't join a militia. All right, let me get back here in the chat. 64 and Bo. Yeah, my son's doing much better, guys. I did put community post on that. He just has a mild cough now. Iodine tabs for water. Rockin' Robin. Yeah, we did some videos and showed how the difference in between different types of chemical treatment like that. The best one I have used is the Coleman brand. It's a two bottle job. The reason why I like that one better than the other ones, and we do have other type of water treatment tablets, is faster. 30 minutes later, you can drink that water compared to waiting 4 to 6 hours. No, I said 4 to 6, not 46 hours. 4 to 6. That's why I like the Coleman ones. It just filters out much faster and you're able to drink it quicker. Because when you're dying of thirst and you have to wait 4 to 6 hours, that sucks. Make sure you freeze your rice and beans 72 hours before. Make sure they're completely dry before putting in Mylar bags. These oxygen absorbers. Coordinates U.S. supply chart. I've the hours of freezing your rice is debatable. It depends on how much rice it is. We do ours 24 hours. We've never had a problem, but each their own. Whatever you want to do. We freeze ours, and then when we take it out, we put it on a cookie sheet, dry it out that way. Put some paper towels down. That way it gets the moisture off the frost. And then once it dries, then we vacuum seal ours up. Learn how to filter. My screen just jumped. Learn how to filter water yourself. Buy wool, a good source of water filter. Face the sky. I'm gonna have to look into that one. I've never heard of using wool as a water filter. I've shown how to make charcoal, and I've shown how to use activated carbon that you can get from the store. You can make your own activated carbon, but it's a lot bigger process. Um, I've never heard of using wool. I'm not saying you can't. I've just never heard of that one, so I got to take a look at that. 5-gallon buckets. Yeah, I mean, sweet savory words. Ours have done fine. When we pulled those buckets out there in Apopka, we pulled it out from our location where we stashed buckets. That was over a year, and those were fine. We don't just leave the lid sealed. If you watch our videos on doing those survival buckets, when we connect them all together, when we put the lid on, we duct tape the crap out of it. That way the lid cannot pop off, and then we wrap it. We've never had any problem. Yes, duct tape will dry out over time. Those buckets are not staying in the ground over a year. You still have to rotate that food out. I'm not understanding what you mean there, sweet savory words. You don't put a bucket of food in the ground and then leave it and come back 20 years later. You don't want to do that. That food still has to be. That's why I always said prepping's not easy. When I'm sitting there, I have all right. When I've done those videos of putting buckets in the ground, I have clearly stated about rotating food many times. When you put canned goods, rice, beans, stuff like that in the ground, it still has to be rotated just like your normal food stock. You don't put it in the ground and just leave it. When you go back 20 years later, you're going to have a problem. So you have to keep up with it just like your normal rotational stock. So I've always said prepping is not easy. It's very intense. You got a lot of stuff you got to keep up on. Be careful bartering. People will swindle you after SHTF. Yes, and you also have to worry about people trying to take your life. If you are doing a bartering situation type of stuff, have you some backup. Don't go in by yourself. All right. Scrolling through. I remember your video on malicious. Yeah, I think I put that out last night. All right, I'm scrolling through here, guys, trying to get to the comments and questions. People in general will be your enemy after SHTF. Be careful, more desperate, more dangerous. Face the sky. Yeah, people in general that you don't know. Yeah. Better to use silicone, kitchen, and bath caulking. That's up to you, sweet savory words. I'm not going to argue with that. I've just showed you what we actually used. I mean, with the 5-gallon buckets, I've shown you what we actually use, what actually works. So it's up to you if you want to do silicone and caulking and stuff like that. That's entirely up to you. All right. I will tell you this much: using silicone kitchen and bathroom caulking, as a guy that works construction, over time, it pulls away from plastic because of temperature. Yeah. It doesn't hold on. It will pull off. That's why I'm practicing right now with hot glue. It's going inside the seal of the lid, and then we mash it onto the lid. That's hot glue. But I can't say it works correctly because we haven't had a long test on it yet. It's still on the ground. But do whichever one you want to do on that. Cherokee survival. Here's a question for you. Women are smarter than men. One job have lasted long time. What the business? What? Here's a question for you. Women are smarter than men. One job have lasted long time. What that business? I don't understand the question actually. I'm not understanding that question. All right. The dancing Sasquatch video. Oh, that was just me in the ghillie suit. I don't know why people are. I've seen a lot of people say, "Hey, Bigfoot." No, it's just me with the ghillie suit on. I just went used a black and white filter on it. WV, how are you doing, my friend? Was watching the crazes on the hill. Now then move on to the 14th Amendment. I have to explain it to my community post. Guess to be extra safe, hot glue the lid on, then caulk and duct tape, and then plastic bag. Um, yeah, and they also sell those. I think it's Gamma Lid. I think that's the name of the company for 5 gallon buckets. Those things are top notch. I mean, we're trying to figure out ways to be on budget about a lot of things. Yeah, if you want 100% safety on your lid, there you go. They lock, they slide down inside the bucket. You turn, they lock. They got a seal. There you go. Easy to answer that one. There you go. If you want the best way to protect a bucket in the ground, there you go. All right. Thumbs up for the live stream. Gene W, definitely appreciate it. Anything you heat has chemicals. Remember that. The bucket with chemicals in there, not good. I'm not. I'm lost. Did gamma lids are awesome but expensive? Yes, WB, absolutely. That's why we don't show the gamma lids. Because they're expensive. They cost more than the food I'm putting in them. They're the best. I mean, they are. I'm not buying my buckets. Please answer my question above. Where? If you're allergic to iodines, does that mean you can't use tabs? Mind your own beeswax. Uh, I don't know for sure, but in my thought process, if you're allergic to iodine, yeah, you probably don't want to use the iodine water treatment tablets because it's iodine. When you actually use it, you actually see that the water changes its color, which is iodine. Yeah, don't. And if you read the directions and warnings on that, I'm pretty sure it'll say that. I mean, it clearly says that it's iodine tablet. It's iodine in the tablet. So yeah, if you are allergic to iodine, you don't want to drink an iodine water that's been treated with iodine. That's bad news. Let's see here. Are you allergic to shrimp or are you allergic to CT contrast? I'm not allergic to anything. I'm allergic to. Excuse me. That's what I'm allergic to. I'm allergic to Democrats. uh, let's see here. There was one I want to try to figure out what this was about. Face the sky. Anything you heat has chemicals. Remember that. The bucket with chemicals in there, not good. I'm not sure what that comment was. I don't know if everyone's actually watched our putting food in bucket video. Our food that we put in the ground, our survival buckets, our food is vacuum sealed. We put it in the bucket. Our canned goods and stuff we put in the bucket. Then we, like I said, we just now started doing the hot glue in the lid before we seal it, and then of course we tape it and put it in bags and everything else. So it doesn't matter if that's what you're referring to. It doesn't matter if that got heated up or not because all the food is actually sealed before it ever went in the bucket. So I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what the comment is. Aren't we all allergic to that C.F.P? Yes, I believe so. Lisa K, this is an observation. I'm at Costco and they have not had dry beans for months. Very interesting. Now, we've had dry beans at our Walmart. We didn't have any problem there. It could be a shipping thing, but for months. That is interesting. Iodine is in everything. You can't live without it. Sealing buckets if you use hot glue, chemicals, or again, face the sky. I just explained that. Our food is sealed before it goes in the bucket. Heating up, no matter what, I can seal that bucket and I can throw gasoline, kerosene, pesticide. I can piss on it. The food inside is still safe because everything in it is vacuum sealed. It's packaged differently. I'm just done. I'm tired of it. Tired of it. Hey guys, you see that window? See that light? It's kind of whitish. No, it's not. That's off yellow. Anyway, if you feel free to have a intelligent conversation with questions and answers, please feel free to put them in. You beat me, C.F.P. Yeah, I figured that you were ready to jump on a WV. I got you. I had to make that call myself on that one. All right, let's get here. Can I vacuum seal and then freeze before putting in buckets? That's a good question, Mary Ruth Stevens. I do not recommend that because if you vacuum seal the rice first and then freeze it, when you dry out the rice, the moisture will be in that bag. All right, so I would freeze your rice first, and it's debatable. You can do it for 72 hours. It's debatable on the time. Freeze the rice, pull it out, dry it out, then vacuum seal. Um, because if you vacuum seal first, then freeze it, it's going to have moisture in that. Jeff Berwick says Mexico is much better than the U.S. Way less BS over the pandemic. I was in Mexico, and I was on the run in Mexico, and no, no, it's hard in Mexico. It's broke in Mexico. You can find more trash on our streets than there. They recycle just about everything and make use of everything because it's a very bad economy over there. Lois Young, are you having a bad day? No, this is the new channel for the year. I'm not putting up with stupid crap anymore. I've sat there and had to do that for 2 years. repeating myself, and then still have somebody sitting there and argue with me. And the fact is, they're arguing with me because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. I actually show people what works. In other words, I live it. I live in a freaking 6x12 trailer. We live with our own solar. And then I have somebody sitting there arguing with me. That won't work. Really? Because I've been using it for a freaking year. You can't run a coffee pot on solar. Boom. Coffee. I even showed the power drain, the coffee brewing. Still, that's not work. That's camera magic. Oh my God. I just get so frustrated with it. Must be date night. Billy Bird, how's it going? No, I didn't feel like combing my hair. And if I had my hat turned the other way, my face gets all shadowy and stuff. Um, C.F.P. any plans of doing a collaboration interview soon with Angry Prepper, Alaska Prepper, Pinball Preparedness, etc.? I have not been asked by any of those guys to do a interview. So yeah, I haven't heard anything. I've never been asked by those guys. So we did have Alaska Prepper on. I asked him to come over, and he was able to come over. Hey, ammo is key. Yeah, having ammo is definitely a good idea. So I get asked all the time, hey, does Ryan at Prescott Caliber Club, does he have this type of caliber? Does he have this? Does he have that? Best thing for me to tell you to do, because then I have to take my time and go call somebody for you, go to his website. If you go to his Instagram, he posts up when he's getting new shipments in of certain type of Bang Bang Freedom Seeds. Um, but yeah, pick up the phone. He's got a telephone number. He's got an email. He's got all that stuff for his business. I'm not going to stop my day to go check for you to see if he has ammunition. I mean, really, why would you just call him up? He's got his number on his website. He's an actual business. So yeah, just do that. Lewis Young, there are some people who live to get people riled up. They ain't worth a CFP. Um, yeah, yeah. So I give it a little bit of chance, and then I just remove them. I just don't have the time for it. I picked up 100 pounds of plain all-purpose flour for $20. Wow, that's actually a very good price. Ours is not that cheap. 100 pounds. It's really good price. Having flour and stuff, guys, I definitely do recommend it. I have spoken to others. They have flour and they have the wheat berries. I don't have any wheat berry stored up because I don't have a grinder and stuff. So I just do the flour. Now, once I get invested into having a grinder, then yeah, I'll probably get something like that. But as of right now, we just have flour. Let's see here. You got an Instagram? No, I don't. Honestly, I couldn't figure out how to make it work. I think I have an account there, but I couldn't figure out how to do the videos and stuff like that. And then I didn't know what type of video to even put in. But I've had other people say that I should get that for the channel promotion. So I got to sit down, maybe watch a YouTube video on how to do Instagram, because that's how I learned how to do YouTube. Watching YouTube videos on how to. So it might be a good idea to learn that, I guess. Arkansas living, how you doing? Always late to show up for these. It wasn't scheduled, brother. It was just last minute. I hadn't done a live stream. I didn't do one yesterday, so I decided to come on and do one here. I've been looking for a grinder at Goodwill. Our Goodwill isn't any good. Um, some it just depends on where you're at. When I was in Daytona, I'd go to the Goodwill at Port Orange, I think it was. They had a good Goodwill. But when I was in Apopka, the Goodwill around there was just trash. So just depends on where you live at as far as what's good and what's not. Also buy yeast and vacuum seal bags and store in original bag and freezer. Yeah, we buy the jars of activated yeast. That way I don't have to open them up. They stay sealed that way. I do need to buy a couple more jars of that though. Yeah, use it to promote the channel. Yeah, so I got to sit down and learn how to do that. I'm not very tech savvy. I mean, I've been learning a lot, but I don't know how to do a lot of it. All right, scrolling through here. I want to get set up with bicycle style crank that you can use to run household items. Saw it on Habitat Cottage Grove, Oregon. Well, I can tell you this on my experience with those bicycle type of deals with being a mechanic. All right, so using a bicycle style crank, I guess you're going to be riding on a bicycle to power up stuff. The best thing to do is have something that turns a generator, a DC generator that puts power into a battery bank. I have seen the ones where you're using a car alternator. Well, car alternator. For an alternator to produce the right electricity and not burn itself out, each alternator is different, but they have to have a certain amount of revolutions per minute, and it's a lot. So you got to figure that out. You either have to gear it correctly or be pedaling your ass off. I have seen the ones that they sell that you can sit on, and but they're not cheap, and you can pedal and it'll start sending a little bit of voltage towards a battery bank. Um, yeah, if you got the time to sit down, plan it all out. It's not an easy project. It's not, especially if you're going to do it by yourself. It's not. Um, they do sell kits, but take a look at the kit. See exactly how much power is being produced. Um, I have seen that project done. I've actually got designs myself that I've drawn up, and basically to use a car alternator, you've got to gear it correctly because you've got to get enough revolutions per minute on that alternator to produce the amount of power to keep that. Well, you have to produce a certain amount of power out of an alternator to keep from frying an alternator. If you got too much revolution, you're going to fry the alternator. If you got under revolution, you won't get the exact power that you need, and it will also burn out the alternator. So when it comes to the alternator job, you've got to gear it right and get your revolutions timed out, or you're just going to be changing out alternators all the time. Solar videos are killer. I hope everyone is preparing to live like hunted animals. I want to do the bicycle to recharge my lithium wheelchair battery. I bought a grinder and hand grinder on Amazon, but I haven't gotten the wheat berries yet. WB, I'll take a look and see what the price. I haven't even looked at the price of them yet. All right. Did you do a fall winter garden this year? If so, what crops will you grow? No, we didn't. I didn't have time. Between YouTube and I work nights, I didn't have time for it to do a fall garden. We are planning on doing a spring garden this year. I had tilled the ground up and got all the rows built, and I just didn't have the time. All right. $17 for 50 pound here at feed store. $4 a pound. These guys had a device that could move around the kitchen, for example, hook to a blender or a clothes washer, run it while bicycling. Really don't understand it well, though. Well, if they are producing DC power, they are definitely having an inverter. Um, Lori D, I'm gonna have to take a look at that video because, and unless they are creating AC current, I don't see how they're running any of the equipment. I have to take a look at the video because if they're creating DC power, they have to store it in a battery to, which will then go through an inverter to power up that other stuff. So I have to see what they've got. If they got a AC generator attached to it to run, and and at that, it's not really a good idea because you don't have a specific amount of voltage and amperage going to that item. So you got to fluctuate in current running through, and you can fry that item. So I'll have to take a look at it. It's an interesting concept. I would like to see exactly what they were doing. I once hooked up a car generator to a bicycle as a battery charger. A real workout. Tech rock. Yeah, no kidding. I bet. I saw it in person on a field trip 20 years ago. I wonder if they had an AC current generator hooked up. That would make a lot of sense. These are the guys who designed the original rocket stove. Thanks for your feedback. All right. Okay, guys. So we're going to wrap this up. We have been on for an hour. Like I said, I just wanted to come over and okay, AC current generator. Yeah, it's probably what it is because if they're running DC, it was not going to power up their home appliances, not without an inverter. So with an AC generator, though, you got voltage that's not being regulated, and if it's going directly to an equipment, you run a chance of burning up that equipment. So I guess back in the day, it'd been feasible, I guess, but you don't want to run something without a regulator on that AC current. Anyway, guys, definitely appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, I saw a guy build a bicycle generator power. Alternators actually do put out three-phase AC and it gets rectified. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, so right there puts out three-phase AC. So you got three-phase currents coming out, and you just threw an alternator on that bicycle, and you try to hook up to a blender. uh, Arkansas, Arkansas living. What do you think is gonna happen to that blender, buddy? That thing's gonna be awesome. You'll be able to blend everything with it. All right. All right, guys. Definitely appreciate y'all being here, and I've got to go do some more work. So for our member subscription, I always get that messed up. The ones that have been buying into our subscription here on the channel, we did get chapter 3 for American Retaliation up today. I did get that uploaded, so hope you guys enjoy that. Rock and Robin, you and your my son is actually doing very well. He's still got a small cough, but nothing like it before. So definitely appreciate that. Homestead, good to see you. Trying to get our good friend Ozzy Survivor to make more videos. I know he is a good friend of yours too. Yes, Ozzy Survival is a great dude, guys. I know that he has a lot of stuff going on over there in Australia. He always does. So anyway, guys, definitely go check that out. Aussie Survival and also Homestead Oz. Check out their channel too. Very good channels to check out. We always try to promote each other's channel all the time here because they got great content. We're all big one big community. Lori D, I donate PayPal. To heck with YouTube and the 30%. They do. They get 30%. Guys, no one ever has to send the PayPal stuff. I mean, we put our links up, but it's never required. Those that do that, we do appreciate it. That's never required. All right. So don't feel like you have to do that ever. Um, I recommend, get your normal food, guys. I tell people all the time. I've had, I think they're just people trolls. Oh, you're showing long-term food. Get your normal food first. I've always said that from day one. Get a year supply to 2 year supply, canned goods, dry goods. Once you've gotten that, then you can look into a long term food storage because you can buy it, put it away, and not have to worry about it. I do know some people that are better financially set. They just went straight to long-term food stores. They went and bought what they needed. Well, not everyone has that type of finance. So we start somewhere else. Start there, work on alternative power sources. Now, I've shown you our solar system. That is very cheap and very effective. Now, we have affiliates with the Bluetti. We have affiliates with Jackery solar generators. They're great equipment. They're not cheap. All right. We've shown our build for our solar system, our inverters, our batteries, charge controllers to the panels. We live off of that electricity. All right. We have a backup generator. That is a gas powered generator from Harbor Freight. It's like $300 some for a backup if we ever need it. I think we have $3,000 invested in that solar with the two new batteries that we have. So we have $3,000 invested and we live with no power bill. We have a TV. We have a small refrigerator. We have the ability to turn on the air condition. We have the ability to turn on the heat. Now, the heat and the air condition both have times that we can use it. All right. If it's really sunny outside, we can run it all day and we don't have an issue. If we have cloudy skies like we got today, we can only use it for so many hours because of our battery bank. All right. That's where the generator comes in. But we use everything. We cook with it. We have electric. We have electric stove. We have crock pot. We've shown the videos with my wife's Ninja appliances. Took me a minute to think what it was called. That stuff there uses power, and we've shown where we run it off our inverter and stuff. Free power. I mean, granted, we had to invest money in it, but we didn't buy it all at one time. We bought a little bit. You paid for the investment by now. Tennessee Tactical, exactly. And it wasn't all, we didn't just drop $3,000 on it. I bought one panel, $80. Bought another panel, bought another panel. But it wasn't all at once. I think the biggest buy we ever did, we bought 3 panels at once. That was the biggest buy. All right. Now, the most expensive buy was the most expensive item by itself was the inverter. All right. It's about $300 some for that inverter that we have. And there's different prices of them, but it's a pure sine. That means when we plug it in, it's a pure sine. It's going to make your equipment last a lot longer. Now, we've shown how to do it on the cheap. We show the small cheap inverters, just a one battery and stuff, power and lights and stuff. Even something like that, just to get started in. Has applications. So anyway, guys, start somewhere. If you got to start small, start small. Check out our power videos, our off-grid power playlists. I step through. I show you how we build our system. It doesn't. You don't have to be rich to do it. Just start somewhere. One of our most recent ones, we were lighting up a light bulb, okay, and we used one battery. We used a cheap inverter, and we were tied into 60 watts, 75 watts of power from a solar panel. All right. If you take the cost of all that, that was about $250 worth of equipment right there. And you can build onto all of that. That's what's great about solar. You can continue to build onto a system. You have to adjust certain equipments, get better equipment, things that hold more amperage, but you can do it. Having a way to create power is going to be a great idea. All right, guys. Again, appreciate every single one of y'all. For members, check out that new chapter 3. And for everyone else, here in a few days, we'll release chapter 3 to y'all. For those that have been listening to the audiobook, I definitely do appreciate it. Always open for comments and stuff. Like I said, I was never the best writer in the world. It's something I enjoyed doing. Jeff Kerr, where did you get your inverter? That inverter I got from Amazon. All that, even our solar batteries we bought off Amazon. I was thinking of becoming a survival living mod. What does it pay? It doesn't pay anything. Nothing at all. All right. Okay, guys. Let me get off here. JT, definitely do appreciate it. So yeah, we'll continue doing that, guys, and we'll continue to get some more videos out to y'all. Leave in the comment, because guys, I read all the comment ideas for videos that you want to see. and we'll see what we can work out and stuff like that, guys. If you got questions on does something work and what my thoughts are on it, leave it in the comment. If I don't know, I say I don't know. I don't BS you. But if I'm telling you this works, it's because I've actually put my hands on it and I made it work. So, all right, guys, y'all take care.